So I'm outside because I kind of want to talk to the camera for a second. It won't be a long video. It should be a bit short. Should be on the shorter side. But I do want to say that I was listening to a video that my parents were playing on the TV and some other stuff. I just really would like to say, that personally, me, as a someone that is a part of the gay squad, the LGBTQ plus, I'm pretty sure like 3 fucking letters of the damn thing. And I'd like to mention that there's something that I hear about almost every fucking day, and that's like Pride Month or, stupid bullshit on Twitter like, oh, well, recently Trump stopped a fucking suicide prevention thing for gay people. And it's like, okay. Firstly, for that, we have the suicide prevention hotline, which, by the way, I think it's great, And maybe if we did have more that are a bit specialized for certain groups of people, that could be cool, that could be good, but at the same time, we don't need it. Like, we don't need it. That's your political take for the day. But I hear about these things all the time, right? I hear about things relating to gay people and how gay people are so great, whatever, I don't care. If that's your opinion and you think gay people are cool, because I agree. I think gay people are fine people, obviously. I happen to be 3 of the goddamn letters. Again, I don't care. But at the same time, I would like to mention to everyone, I didn't do anything for this damn country. I didn't go to war or join the military. My brother did. My brother, who is married to a woman, he's very straight. He has none of the letters of the fucking, club. He has done good things for this fucking country. He held a door open back in 2022 or 2021. He had to hold a door open and ask people, hey, do you mind putting on a mask? And literally getting told to go fuck himself. Because they ain't doing that shit. There's a fucking person over there. He's probably thinks I'm fucking weird. Hold on. Yeah, I definitely look fucking weird right now. But yeah. There is nothing that I personally have done. I've done nothing for this country, and I know I haven't done anything. Just for being, someone that likes to fuck dudes, okay? Just because of shit I do in the bedroom. I'm sorry. No. That doesn't compare at all to, what people in the military do. Whether they have to fight a war or not. You're still in the military, and let's say you have to go to war, then you yourself are protecting people's rights. You're protecting everyone in this country and their rights. It doesn't matter if you go to war or not. I'm sorry, I take a lot of freedoms for granted, and you do too. If you think, oh, America's this, America's that, well, this country gives you the freedom to say that. We could go to, let's say, Mexico. Okay, firstly, if you're an American, you cannot protest in Mexico. You can't say shit about Mexico in Mexico if you're an American. Hell, you can't even own a house in Mexico if you're an American. And that's even if you get Mexican citizenship. So fuck you. And that's just an example of Mexico. I'm pretty sure if I went to, Peru or Brazil or Argentina, I know that's also in South America, I can't talk shit about the governments there. I can't talk shit about those countries. And I know for damn sure that if I lived in the country, I can't talk shit about North Korea. I can't talk shit about Russia. I wouldn't be able to talk shit about China. Like, those are more countries. So I'm just saying, you take the freedoms for granted where you're allowed to talk shit about the United States of America. The country gives you the right to fucking do that. And the country gives you the right to do a lot of other shit. Like, this country does give you the right to have sex with whoever the fuck you want, marry whoever the fuck you want, and own a house, okay? You can even get a job with all that shit. Hell, there's even some jobs that I've been looking at where they won't hire straight people at all. And it's like, why? I'm working at fucking Burger King. Which, by the way, to get a job at Burger King where I live, I have to commit fucking fraud. The only reason I have to commit fraud is because I don't have a driver's license, and Burger King where I live requires you to have a driver's license. I don't know why. Maybe it's for better proof of identification, but I have no idea. And to me, that's kind of... it's shitty. It's not great. But at the same time, I don't care enough to give a shit, you know? I have my own rights, and all of you who live in the United States of America, you guys have your own rights, you know? Not to be Saul Goodman and say, do you know you have rights? Well, the Constitution says you do. Because it does, okay? Constitution actually does say you have rights. And I hate to be that guy, but yeah, I take my rights for granted every fucking day. Because I don't have to worry about my rights being taken away at all. I mean, especially where I live. You know, all of this stuff that's talking about the LGBTQ plus community and how certain things are being taken away doesn't affect me. Like, as someone that is a part of the club, very much so, that shit doesn't affect me at all. Like, it's insane to me how little those laws and regulations actually affect me. Like, oh, trans people can't go in the military anymore. Cool. I wasn't allowed to join in the first place. And yes, I technically am transgender because I'm gender fluid, which means that I really don't care what gender you call me. And that by technicality falls under transgender. At the same time, I ain't care, man. Like, I wasn't gonna join anyway. My brother, who's currently in the military, is not transgender. Like, so I don't care. You know? That's just me. I don't care about that. And a lot of trans people probably don't care about that either because they don't care enough about the country to actually want to become a military service member. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to break it to you. If you do not like the United States of America for one reason or another, you're not joining the military. You don't care enough about your own damn country to join the military. If you don't like this country, don't join the military, because you're definitely not going to like this country if you do. I'd like to clarify, by the way, that when you join the military, you do not have to be paid federal minimum wage. My brother, who's in the military, I'm pretty sure has broken it down where at one point he made like $3 an hour. But you're not paid hourly. So, again, we all, me included, take for granted our rights. So, before you say, oh, well, I wanted to join the military, but I'm trans and now I can't. That sucks for you. I agree. That sucks for you specifically. But you also have to understand, you're an exception. You're an exception to the whole system and the whole rule that you as a trans person would actually want to help this country and protect other people's rights. Because there's a lot of trans people, there's a lot of people I know that don't give a shit about your rights. And they don't give a shit about mine either. You know? There's a lot of people I've seen on Twitter, and again, I know I'm saying on Twitter, a very bad place to be in the first place. Like, a lot of people on there hate on the United States of America just because they can. You know, either they don't live here, firstly, so it's like, why the fuck do you care? If you don't live here, why do you give a shit? Secondly, you know, it's people that actually do live here that are like, yeah, fuck the U.S. And it's like, I hate to be that guy, you know? You do have the freedom at any point in time to leave the United States of America. Okay, we don't live in North Korea, which I'm pretty sure is the best example I can give here, where if you don't like North Korea, but you live in North Korea, you're stuck in North Korea, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can escape, but most likely you're not going to. And then if you do, your family gets punished for your escape. So fuck all that, you know? You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't want to be that guy. But if you do not like it in the United States of America, you are free to leave at any point in time. Now, if you're going to leave the United States, I do have suggestions, like countries that you should go, because they're either similar in freedoms or they're pretty good. Like, in my opinion, you can go to Germany. You could go to France. You could go to the United Kingdom. You can go to Ireland. You can go to Canada. And that's my top 5. I'll give you a top 5. They're pretty good. They're not the best. They're not the greatest. But they're pretty good. And even then, as someone that knows English, like, when it comes to, like, the countries that don't speak English out of those that I've chosen, they're not that bad to learn. You know? Like, okay, French isn't the best. And honestly, it makes, like, no sense sometimes. But it's better, in my opinion, than trying to learn, like, Swedish. Or Finnish. Or Norwegian. So, yeah. In which I don't know a whole lot about those countries and their laws. I mean, you could also go to Poland, but I don't really know much about them either. I don't really know a lot about Poland. Or at least I don't know enough to really say that it would be in my top 5. But, like, yeah. All in all, I do want to be completely clear that I myself, I am not a conservative, I'm not a Republican, but also at the same time, I cannot be honest with you and say, like, I genuinely give a shit about, like, LGBTQ plus problems. I don't. As someone that is the 3 letters, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm 3 letters. I'm bisexual, I'm gender fluid, and I'm a femboy. I don't know where femboy fits into that, but yeah. I don't even know where gender fluid really fits into that. But just so you know, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks for the people that are affected by laws and legislation and regulations. It sucks for those people that are affected. I'm unaffected. I don't care about all that. I don't care about it because I'm unaffected. You know? But what I do care about is my fellow countrymen and my American soldiers that protect my rights and that protect your rights. You know? And that's the thing for me. I care more about stuff that directly affects me. And when it comes down to it, stuff that directly affects me is probably like that much. Okay? Very little. Very little actually affects me. And, so I don't care a whole lot. I can not see my fucking screen, by the way. It's so ass. But, like, you know, that much probably affects me when it comes to laws and regulations. I'm just that unaffected. And I could care that little. Like, yeah, I'm very much into politics. I very much do talk about politics. But, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not that huge into worrying about that sort of shit. Also, that is loud, so I'm pretty sure that dude probably cannot hear me fucking yelling. Like, oh, airplane. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of just my thoughts on stuff that's been going on recently. I'm gonna end this off with kind of a hot take. But if you are someone that agrees with Mexico returning the borders to 1830, which I don't know if that's a serious thing. I don't know how serious it is. But I would like to mention, if you are one of those people, then, you directly would say, if you want to return the borders to 1830, then you would also agree that the German borders, the borders of Germany, should be returned to 1914. Which, if you don't know, that makes you a Nazi. So, please, if you want to return the borders of America and Mexico to 1830, please do some World War II history, read a bit about World War II, and then tell me why that's a bad idea and why we shouldn't do it. Because just an FYI, World War II would not have happened if Poland went with the German demands to take Danzig Corridor and some other shit, and France let Germany take the Rhineland. Okay? Appeasement would have worked to prevent World War II, but also at the same time, we could have helped prevent World War II by invading Germany. Okay? Or maybe saying a little earlier than we did, hey, fuck you, Germany. Don't do that. Don't do all that. Like, I'm just saying. So, I'm not agreeing with Germany. I don't think Germany was right in World War II at all. And that's why when we're talking about the borders between the United States and Mexico, Mexico's not in the right. Okay? I don't care if California or Los Angeles was a part of Mexico in 1830. It's 2025. It's almost 200 years. You do the math. I hate to say it, but this land, not the land I live on, but that land has been American for almost 200 years. So fuck you. And I'm gonna end this video because I'm in my driveway. Anyways, put this in perspective. I support the LGBTQ plus community, but I don't care about, the suicide prevention thing that was lost because we still have the hotline. That's for everybody. So I don't care. I don't support Nazi Mexico. And maybe something I should have probably touched up on. I don't support Israel. I do not support Palestine. And I do not support Iran. Whatever is happening in the Middle East is happening in the Middle East, and I do not care. Okay, bye-bye.